Good morning, everyone. Welcome to freedailycoaching.com and welcome to the morning mindset call. Today's Monday. That means it's Mindset Monday. And this morning, I'm really excited to go over 3 steps to help you overcome challenging times. A lot of us build our businesses. Maybe it's something going on in your personal life or your spiritual journey, and you get stuck. Sometimes we get into those places where we're not sure what the next step is. Maybe we're feeling that feeling of overwhelm. Maybe we're feeling that feeling of fear, that feeling of just not knowing. Well, over the next 3 Mondays, I want to cover 3 points each Monday that can help you overcome those challenges. So stick with me, and by the end of today, I will show you 3 different ways that you can implement in your life to overcome challenges. Now, as always, I want to get started by saying good morning and welcome to you. Thank you for coming to this morning and spending a few minutes of your time with me and the rest of the people here at Free Daily Coaching. As you noticed probably over in the chat, people are saying hello and welcome. So I want to click over and say good morning as well. Good morning to Kevin and Pauline Stone. Good morning, Karen. Good morning to Phil. Good morning to my buddy up in Denver, Mr. Evan Bang. Good morning, Miss Linda Bomba out in Pennsylvania. Good morning to our West Coast friend, Miss Leanne. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Debbie, down in AZ. And down in Dallas, Texas, Miss Felicia Mupo. I know, good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Tom and John. I don't know where some of you are from, because sometimes when you get on here the very first time, we haven't met yet and developed a relationship. I'm not sure where you're from, but I love to find out, and I'm sure that I will. So if this is your very first call, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's really exciting for me to be able to share with you each and every day. So let's jump in. Today I actually created a PDF or a Word document for what we're going to talk about, because I want you to be able to take some notes. I want you to be able to get into this and really look at what it is that we're talking about and how you can implement these action steps, these methods to be able to overcome the challenges you're having. So let me just make sure in the chat, I know that people are chatting. Good morning to you guys. Let me know really quick that everyone can see and hear me, and if you can see and hear me now, then I'm sure you will be able to see and hear my screen, and I will be able to then do a screen share and then we can get started. Let me see that you guys can connect. Okay, let me know in the chat that yeah, you can see and I'm sure you guys have caught up. All right, all clear. Awesome, awesome. Good morning, all clear and ready to go. Okay, let me do a screen share, and let me see if I can I'll do my desktop, and then I'll just go to this page. So hopefully you can just see this page, and it's big enough. So let me know in the screen share that yes, you can see this, or in the chat. Can you see my page here? Can you see the PDF or the Word document? Let me know that you can see it. If not, I might need to share it a different way. Yes, no, maybe so. Can you see the document? I know there's a little bit of a delay, so That's okay that there's a little bit of delay. Awesome. Okay. So you can see the document. Awesome. Okay. So it's smallish. Okay. I can make it a little bigger, I think. Let me see. Oops. Let me see if I can't make this a little bigger. Man. No, I can't. I don't know that I can. I can't really make it any bigger. You guys are gonna have to just follow along. I can't. No, I'm hitting Control and plus, and it won't do it on a document. It's not making the document. I haven't saved the document, so I don't know if it will. Hold on. Let me try and file and just save this. And let me just save it as a Word document really quick. Let me save it really quick, guys, and then see if it will let me open it up. It usually I can make it bigger on my screen for you, but right now it's not wanting to let me do so. So sorry, I'm coming back to you guys really quick. I want you guys to be able to see it. So let me see if I can't get it to bigger. And then I will. Let me just reopen it up, and I will see if I can command it bigger. And if I can make it bigger for you guys, then that'll be a lot easier to see. So let me just reopen that up, and let's start talking about the very first thing. So let me see if I can't command. No, it doesn't. It will let me do individual lines. So you're just going to have to bear with me, and I will be posting the actual document online later. So let me just go ahead and do a screen share here, and boom, start screen share. So you're just going to have to bear with me, and we're going to, if it's too small and you can't see it, then you'll just have to wait and grab it later on my blog post. So step number 1 is we want to realize your goals. Okay, so when we're having some challenges, we're in that rough spot, and then I just say, okay, well, realize your goals. What does that mean? What does that mean to you? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you first what the definition of realize looks like. So realize, the first definition is to become fully aware of normally something, right, as a fact, or to understand clearly. So when you fully become aware of something as a fact, or you understand something clearly, that's actually realizing it, right? Or when you're causing something desired or anticipated to happen. When you cause something desired or anticipated to happen, you're realizing something. You're realizing a dream, right? The car loan that you got was able to allow you to realize the dream that you had of having that new car. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know in the chat if now with this definition we get a little bit a clearer picture of what realize actually means, right? So sometimes when we're having challenges, we don't see that we actually have several options available to us. And realizing that we do, right? That we do indeed have these options to overcome challenges overcome challenges and succeed is a powerful step. So when we can see that we're in a tough place, when we're in a place where we're having a challenge, when we can actually look around, we can actually realize, which means that we can become fully aware, that we factually know and understand clearly that there are other options, that we have several options available to us. That's powerful. Imagine you're sitting there, you're thinking that you're stuck, you're feeling like you're pinned in a corner, like there's no answer, you're not sure what you're supposed to do, and when you realize, when you really become fully aware that, wow, I have several other options, there's really some solutions here that I could start applying that could really change the way that I'm operating. That's a powerful, powerful step. Okay? When you start to realize your goals, putting them down on paper or a new vision board or maybe a quick video or audio recording, any tool that will help you, your overall realization will do perfectly. So if you like to write, then start writing down your goals. If you are visual, make a vision board. If you are an audio person, make a recording. Record an audio note on your phone or on your computer. Make an iTunes recording for yourself to motivate yourself. Maybe you're going to be listening to another motivational speaker. Something to help you become fully aware and understand clearly that you have options and that you have solutions and resources. So, step number 1 is realize. All right. Step number 2, have a singular focus on what is working. Okay, let me say that again. Having a singular focus on what is working. So first of all, let's just acknowledge that focusing on negativity is not constructive, okay? It's just not constructive. There's no reason whatsoever to focus and acknowledge focus on that negativity. Obviously, we're going to acknowledge that things happen that aren't positive, that maybe don't align with what we want to do, but we're not going to focus on negativity because it's just not constructive. Let's move on. Let's start to focus on what is working. Let's focus on what's happening right now that we're doing that's actually working. That looks like taking a regular inventory of what our assets are, of what we have available to us, and maybe that looks like technical resources, maybe or people that we're networking with in our ventures. Possibly it's the vitality or the health or spiritual security we have in our families. So, what's working and how do we find out what's working? We'll take an inventory of what assets we have available to us. What are the resources that you have available to you right now? What are the assets that you have available to you right now? What are the technical tools that you have at your fingertips and the resources that you have access to at this very moment? Who are the people? Write a list of the people that you have access to, direct access to right now. Right? Write down the different networking ventures and the people and the relationships that you've made. Write down the different blessings that you have in your health or in your spiritual life or in the vitality of your family. These are the things that you know are working in your life. Let's focus on these things. Let's focus on these positive things that are actually getting us results. All right, that's step 2. Now, let's move on to step 3. Take action. This is something that's so vital. Doing something is always better than doing nothing. And even if the something is taking stock and realizing that there is maybe nothing that you could do in a certain situation, is doing something. Doing something is always better than doing nothing, in my opinion. And maybe you can take always out and just say doing something is better than doing nothing. If you don't want to caveat it with always, right? Let's talk about physics. Let's talk about Isaac Newton. This guy had a great idea, right? I spelled it wrong, but Mr. Newton found out a long time ago, right, that an object either remains at rest or continues to move at a constant velocity. And the rest of that is unless an outside force is being applied, right? So something that stays in motion remains in motion, just like something that stays still unless pushed. Excuse me. So if you stay still, you're going to stay still. If you get into motion, you'll stay going in motion. So why not take some action? Why not today take an action and continue those actions? Take that action so that you can keep moving forward, right? Guys, this steps reminds us what we can do each and every single day. Every single day we can get up, we can do something. We get to pick, do we want to take action today? Do we want to become active participants in our lives, in our businesses, in our networks, in our relationships with others, right? Setting ourselves up for success by taking actions. Actions that help us realize our goals and methods that are working. Guys, that's it. That's the whole entire document. Now, I'm going to share this document with you guys. I'm going to post it later today. Let me go ahead and get over here so I can unscreen share. Now, I know that in the size that it wasn't that big. I know that you couldn't see it. It wasn't the greatest in the size, so I'll make sure that it gets posted for you. Absolutely, it'll get posted in just within a matter of hours, okay? So you'll have access to that today. Let me know in the chat if you found some value today in those 3 action steps, in those 3 methods that you could use, right? Realizing, right? Making that realization, having that singularity of focus on what is working and taking action. Tell me if those 3 steps gave you some value, gave you a perspective on saying, hey, I'm in a challenge. Hey, I've had challenges. Yes, I can apply these methods. Yes, I can start to do this today so that I can start to build my business. Let me know in the chat if you found some value there. Also, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open the question and answer because I would love to get some feedback. There's quite a few people here this morning, and I would love to get some feedback from you on how either you could apply this. Maybe you have a question on how you could apply this, or maybe you have a question on a specific instance on where you're stuck in your business and you want to address that. Well, I opened the question and answer so you could put that in and you wouldn't have to do it in the chat. You couldn't maybe put it in the chat because you don't want to. Maybe it's something private. Well, put it in the question and answer where I'm not going to read out the names of the person, and let's see what and how I can help you this morning. Maybe you're having a challenge. Maybe you right now in this moment are having a challenge. Don't wait till after the hangout. Don't wait and call me later. Ask the question right now. And this is why. Go into that question and answer and ask that question because most likely someone else is having that same challenge. Most likely you're not alone. You're not alone in that challenge, and someone else is having that challenge and they want to find the answer. So by you asking the question and allowing me to answer it here this morning if possible, you'll be able to share that with others that are having that same challenge and bless some other people in your challenge and helping them to get through theirs as well. So if you're feeling like that, let me know, and definitely will let you know what we can do to answer those questions. So let's see. Great value, awesome. Super excited, super glad that you guys like that. This is going to be a 3-part series, this one. So next Monday we're going to go over 3 other methods, and then the following Monday we're going to go over 3 more methods. So this is literally going to be an expanding Mindset Monday call, so that this is just part 1. We're going to go into part 2 and part 3 over the course of the next 2 Mondays. So we have something coming in. Okay, so this is a great question. So someone asked, instead of spending money on advertising, what would be the best method you have found to get people in front of your offer? By far and away, the best method that I've found without spending money on advertising is doing one of 2 things: making videos and uploading them directly to Facebook and YouTube and interacting with the people that are interacting with those videos. And number 2 is directly interacting with other human beings on Facebook, meaning that I am spending a good majority of my time communicating with other people, meeting new people, not having conversations with the same people that I've been talking to day after day. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not communicating with my team members. That doesn't mean that I'm not keeping up relationships with these other relationships that I have. Absolutely. But each and every day, I'm meeting brand new people, and I'm talking about a lot of people. I'm not talking about spending 5 minutes trying to meet someone and then shove my link in front of their face. I'm talking about going out every day and making a concerted effort, making a goal and a non-negotiable of meeting a certain amount of people no matter what. If you do that, your list will grow. If you do that, the relationships you have will grow. If you are talking, imagine this. Imagine if you go out and you're excited about what you're doing today. If you're excited about it and you go talk to 20 people today about what you're doing, about what they're doing, about how maybe you can help them to do what they're doing, you're going to get response, okay? If you go to 20 people today and they're like, hey, what do you do? Hey, you should buy this from me, you're not going to get a great response. But if you go talk to those people and find out what they're doing, see if maybe you can help them. Maybe you say, oh yeah, have you tried this? Hey, did you know you could do this? Hey, how about this? Then all of a sudden you're helping them. That opens the door. They're going to be more responsive than you just pitching them. And if you do that on a massive level, you're going to be able to make massive, massive strides. So I hope that answers that question. That's what I do instead of spending money. I go out and meet real people. It seems a lot less expensive and a lot more effective for me. That's what I do. Hopefully that answered that question. The number of people that tell me they want to join. Yeah, so this says that, so basically the number of people that want to join like a certain program like My Lead System Pro, and then they never do, so I feel like I just got to move on. Do I agree? Absolutely. My whole attitude is that, you know what, I'm using a system because it's working, and it's working good, and that's it. It goes back to the Slurpee story. You know, I'm doing something and I'm getting results. So when people ask me about it, then I share it with them, and they say they're going to do it. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I'm not going to keep going back like, hey, are you going to do it? Hey, because, excuse me, guys, I've had a cold all weekend. I'm not going to go back and chase them down. Now, maybe I might touch base with them. I might check in with them like, hey, buddy, hope all is well with you. Just wanted to say hi. I might do that after a little while, but I'm not going to chase him down. And the reason is this. It's not because I'm so important. It's not because I'm so great and they're not. It's because, quite honestly, I don't have to sell it to them. And that's the Slurpee analogy. Listen, you don't. When someone asks you for directions to the bank and you give them directions, you're not selling them like, dude, you gotta follow these directions. These are the best bro, these are the best directions ever, okay? If you don't follow these directions, you may never find money ever again on the planet. That's not what you do. They're like, dude, you want to go to the bank? Which bank do you want to go to? Oh, you want to go to XYZ bank? Okay, cool. This is how you get there. Boom. And you give them the direction. That's it. That's what I do. People ask me, then I give them the direction. Does it surprise me? Does it shock me every single time people then refute it? I'm going to tell you, this morning someone asked me a question specifically. I gave them my answer. Yes, do this. Their response was like, whoa, whoa, that's for you, bro. You're like way past me. I can never do that. What? You just, okay. If you're asking, I'm like, let's say if you ask for directions to the bank, I'm not going to, and you're driving a bicycle, I'm not going to tell you the bank that's on top of the mountain off-road 127 miles away. I'm going to tell you the bank that's right down the road, right? That would make sense, right? I'm not going to give you like something that I'm not going to give you directions to a place that you couldn't reach. I'm not going to tell you to go somewhere that you can't get to. That was in their mind. In their mind, they're like, whoa, whoa, right? It happens all the time. All the time. Great question. When I have that, when those people have that response, there's nothing I can do. I'm not there to change their response. I'm just giving the answer. They asked the question, I'm giving the answer. Obviously, they wanted a different answer that I don't have and that I can't provide, so I just move on. The answer that I have is the answer that I found. That's it, right? I can't change that. So I hope that answers that question. When I meet people, do you just, okay, it says when you meet people, do you just approach them with casual conversation versus talking business? Another great question. So it depends on where I meet the people. I meet people everywhere. I try to meet people everywhere. And I'm not trying to meet people everywhere because I'm trying to get everyone into my business. That's not why I'm trying to meet people everywhere. I try to meet people everywhere because I'm a people person and my business revolves around networking. So if my business revolves around networking, then I should be networking. Now, everyone isn't going to join my business, and everyone's not going to need all the solutions I have. But what I found is I've learned a lot along the way. So that means that I've learned from other people, meaning that I networked with them. So would not that then make sense that there's probably more for me to learn, so I'm going to need to meet more new people. So maybe the person that I'm meeting isn't necessarily that I'm going to sell them something. Maybe they're going to say, hey, have you ever seen this? Like, oh, no, I never even saw that. That's awesome. Maybe they're going to teach me something. Maybe it's not going to be something right away. I might talk to them about business. I might talk to them about something casual. It depends on the situation. I just meet people. So if I meet you in a business group, it might be something to do with business. If I met you on a website about health and fitness because we're talking about triathlons, then because I did some triathlons and I run and I do those things, then I might talk to you about that first. It's going to depend on the independent situation, right? Guys, imagine this. Imagine this. Imagine that tomorrow we all show up and we're at the same event. It's live. Tomorrow, we're there. Let's say you've never met me before face to face, and we're going to meet tomorrow for the first time. Tomorrow, when you walk up to me and say, hey, Bert, nice to meet you, hey, whatever your introduction is to me, is the first thing you're going to say to me out of your question is, okay, Bert, now that I shook your hand, I have a question about how to make a capture page or how to generate 500 leads or how to do this. Is that going to be the first conversation? Probably not. Why? Because it would be weird. It would be uncomfortable, right? Imagine there's a bunch of people around. We're all meeting each other, and you're introducing for the first time, and I'm like, hey, and I'm meeting this guy and this guy and this guy, and then all of a sudden you're like, so let me ask you about this capture page thing, blah, 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 blah. It would be weird. So you want to have the conversation that's in context to where you are, where you met, and where you're at right now in real time. And hopefully that makes sense. I hope that made sense. So that's it. I went through the questions. We made it with 1 minute left at the top of the hour. So super excited that I was able to do that. I'm super excited to go through the next 2 Mondays with you to finish out this Mindset Monday series. So once again, thank you for joining us here on freedailycoaching.com. Thank you for participating this morning by giving some questions, and I hope that we were able to answer the questions here. And I hope that you will go out and take the 3 methods that we talked about today, realizing, having that singular focus on what is working and taking action. And you'll apply those 3 methods in your business starting right now, starting today, so that you can build a business, you can make the life that you want to make, and start living the life of your dreams. And you can create that life if you start applying some of these methods each and every day. Thank you again for joining us. I'll see you all tomorrow at freedailycoaching.com at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 9:30 Central, 8:30 Mountain, 7:30 Pacific. Go out and have an awesome day. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow at freedailycoaching.com.